So I've been looking for a dash cam on and off for a while. The main criteria for me was it had to be good quality, easy to fit and affordable. So when Viofo reached out to me offering me their state-of-the-art camera to review free of charge, I jumped at the chance. So what have they sent me? Well, we've got their latest A119M Pro camera. We've got a hardware kit, so this is the wiring kit to wire it all up. We've got a decent quality 64GB SD card. And a bit of particular light is the wireless remote. So if there is an incident and you want to make sure the footage is saved to the SD card, you can click this button. This is self-adhesive, so it sticks wherever you want it to go. Put it on the dash, put it on the steering wheel, somewhere accessible, so you don't have to try and reach for the camera. You can just press this to get it to record and save to the SD card. Right, let's open it all and have a look. So first of all, I think the packaging is very nice, very professional. We'll start with the installation kit. So this is basically your hardwire kit. You don't have to use this. It's a USB-C. You can just use a cigarette lighter, which I believe comes with the camera. So this is if you want to hardwire it to the car so you don't have any unsightly leads. This is what we're going to be doing in today's video. I'm assuming that's the earth. That'll be a battery feed. That'll be an ignition feed. That plugs in and that's that. So one thing I do like about this installation kit is the fact you've got like a battery saving mode essentially. So you've got 4 different settings. So you can set it from 12.4 to 11.8 volts for when it cuts off. So if you have alternator issues, for example, on your car or some kind of battery issue, your car's not charging, your camera's not going to use all the power. When it goes to either 12.4 to 11.8 volts, it will cut off. You can adjust that. So you've got 12.4, 12.2, 12 volt and 11.8. So I'll probably just set that at 12.4. So I know if my voltage is below that in the car, the camera won't work. It's one less thing to worry about. So that's a nice little feature and not something I've seen on a dash cam before. So this is the wireless remote. It comes with a Panasonic battery and 3M double-sided tape. So that's decent. I like that. It's very small, so you can mount it anywhere, like I said earlier. So the 3 buttons allow you to safely lock the recording to the hard drive so you can't lose it. It also allows you to connect to the Wi-Fi. And it's also going to let you perform a few additional functions which will stop you from being distracted from trying to reach the camera. So yeah, nice little touch that. Not a lot I can say about the SD card. It's got an adapter. But yeah, again, looks decent quality. Right, now the main thing, the camera. So if this is the camera in question, that's the camera lens. Adjustable. The idea is you stick this to the windscreen and then you can adjust your camera accordingly. Obviously, all your settings are controlled through here. So it does come with a warning sticker. Now, in the UK, you should notify the public that they're being recorded. So that is exactly what that's for. Right, these little things, they look a little bit like a screen protector for your phone. The idea with these is you stick that to your windscreen and then you stick the camera to that. And then if you ever want to take the camera off, it's a bit easier. It's not going to ruin your glass. So that's a nice little idea, and it comes with a couple of them. So again, they're kind of thinking about the fact that you could potentially swap it between cars. So you can have it on one car for a year. Say you buy another car, it's easy to swap it out. I like that. Comes with a normal USB-C charger, a nice little trim tool to aid installation, a twin USB charger. Now, I won't be using this, but it is very handy for charging phones and stuff because, like I said, I'm going to hardwire it. And then we've got your lead in case you decide you want to wire it up through your cigarette lighter. So this is what obviously would be the easy way to install it. But I just want to hardwire it because it's going to look nicer. So there's a few points I just wanted to make about the camera. So it's a 4K camera, and I'm told the image quality is excellent on this. Another thing that I'm really interested to try is it's got a Sony image sensor. Now this allows you to film at night very clearly. So normally with a normal dash cam or cheaper cameras, trying to record at night, the number plates often go blurry or white. You can't really see them because of the reflective backing on the number plate. With this, you're meant to be able to read the number plates crystal clear. At the end of the day, if you're driving at night and there is an incident, you can't get someone's number plate, what's the point of having a camera? That's one of the reasons why I wanted to go for this, and I'm really looking forward to trying that. Right, let's get all this fitted and see what it performs like. So I've just gone through all the settings, and basically it came in a foreign language. I'm assuming it came with Mandarin maybe installed on it. I wasn't exactly sure how to set it up, So from looking at the installation instructions, all I had to do was download the app, and then I connected the camera to my phone, and then that lets you control the camera wirelessly for your phone. And all the instructions are in English on there, so you scroll through, you can change the camera settings to English. And then I adjusted a couple of things, like I made it from kilometers an hour to mile per hour, and everything else looked pretty reasonable. So yeah, I think that is the camera setup ready for installation. I would advise you doing that here, not in the car, because when it's stuck to the glass, it might be a little bit more difficult. But yeah, we got there. So this is the car in question we're going to fit the camera to. So it's a Volkswagen CC, it's around 10 years old, and because we're hardwiring it, we need to find the fuse box. Now on this particular car, the fuse box is on the end panel here. So we're going to use supplied trim tool to flick this off. Like so. So now what we need to do is to find an ignition feed and a battery feed from this fuse box, and then we need to wire into the back of them. Right, so we need to find a fuse that's got an ignition feed and a fuse that's got a battery feed. So that means it needs to have a battery positive when the ignition's off and a battery positive when the ignition is on. So I've got these inline connectors. Now these are really good. So what you can basically do is take the fuse off, take one of these fuses out, and then piggyback the fuse and nick a power supply from it. And it's still fused, so I've got 2 amp fuse inline, so it's perfect. So with the ignition off, on these cars, I know the top bank is all battery feeds. So ignition's off, as you can see, we've got 12 volts, 12 volts, 12 volts, a lot. So any of them top ones I can use for the battery feed. And then I believe some of these are ignition feeds. So that one, there's no voltage, 0.8 millivolts and nothing basically. If I put the ignition on, like so, we've now got voltage. So if I use that fuse and one of these top ones, they're my power supplies. So I'm going to use this 30 amp on the end, and I've got the fuse in here. That piggybacks it off nicely. And if that goes in there, that's that. And then that 5 amp, we'll do the same on that. And there we go. So battery feed, ignition feed. So next job, I need to connect this wiring harness to that. So I'm just going to use these. Now these are bullet connectors. I would normally solder this, but I want to make this look as easy as possible. So if you don't have special tools like a soldering iron, a lot of people have crimpers who DIY cars. So put that in there. There we go. Just do the pull test and it's nice and tight. So that's one. Same for the battery. Again, pull test, nice and tight. So all we need to do now is find the earth, the ground, that's black wire. So on this, just in there, you probably can't see it, but there's a dashboard mount. It's an M6. So if I loosen that off, I can put this in there, and that's a good earth. And as you can see, that's got power and it's working. Now the battery is low because I don't use this car very often. So it was actually just over 12 volts, I think 12.07. It wouldn't turn on because it was set to 12.4 volts. So I've turned the scale down to 11.8 and now it works, as you can see. Right, now we can simply tuck the wires in, tape it all up, out the camera, and then we can go for a road test. So the whole idea of this video is to do an honest review. So it's a winter's morning, it's very bright, very sunny, very clear. So it's perfect kind of conditions for the camera, I'd say. So I'd expect the camera to be pretty good now. So we're going to compare it with daytime and nighttime to see the difference. So I'm just going to save this footage. So this is going to be saved to the SD card. It will kind of save it anyway and overwrite it. Yes, so it will save it anyway. But it'll overwrite over time. So if I do that, I just know that it's saved to the hard drive. We're good. So yeah, we're going to test it. This is daytime, and then we're going to fast forward 10 hours and it's going to be nighttime. So verdict. Now I would give the camera an 8.5 out of 10. Now I would probably give it a 9.5/10 out of 10. However, the number plate recognition at night isn't as good as I was hoping. So yeah, it's pretty good. You can kind of see the number plate from time to time, but it does also go white sometimes, which isn't ideal, but you can just about see it. So that's what I'm marking it down for. Other than that, night vision is very good. The signs are clear. The road looks clear. The day vision's excellent. It's a true 4K camera. So yeah, it's good. It's just that little feature lets it down, in my opinion. Also, the remote control, I found out since the 3 buttons you can actually program to do different things. So that's a cool little feature. I really do like that. So I've got a unique discount code listed in the description below. There's also a direct link to the product and a link to the Viofo website. So if you want to check out their full range to sell loads of different things, have a look on the website, use my discount code if you want to buy anything. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you do, give us a like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Take care, guys. See you later. Bye bye.